Hello everyone, this will be my recap of the first 2 seasons of Dead to Me. Okay, let's go! The series follows Jen, who's mourning the loss of her husband Ted. Rest in peace, Ted. To help her cope with his death, she goes to a support group. At this support group, she meets and becomes good friends with this girl by the name of Judy. They got so close so quick because Judy told Jen that her fiance Steve had died. But the truth is, the two had a falling out after Judy had killed Ted in a hit and run. Pretty soon though, Jen finds out that Judy was lying about her fiance, and the two actually get pretty close. So close that Judy starts living with Jen because she has nowhere else to go. While this was happening, Judy has been feeling guilty for being the one that murdered her new best friend's husband, and in an attempt to relieve her guilt, goes to the police and tells them that Steve has been using their art gallery to launder money. She then takes all of her and Steve's money and gives it to Jen, and proceeds to tell Jen that she murdered Ted. They then have a huge fight and Judy goes off to log out of life. Luckily for Judy, before she can sign out, she gets a call from Jen asking for her help. This is because after Judy took all of her and Steve's money, Steve shows up at Jen's house after the argument with her and Judy and gets into an argument with Jen over her husband.
Why don't you just kill him?
That's exactly what she does, and then she proceeds to call Judy, which is where season 1 ends. In season 2, Jen and Judy bury Steve's body, but Jen tells Judy that she killed Steve out of self-defense. That was a lie. She killed him because she was angry. But Judy doesn't have to know that yet. Sadly, there's a lot of problems with killing Steve.
Oh, I knew it was coming.
The first is that Jen's son Charlie takes Steve's car for a joyride with his girlfriend. This is because he thought his mother was surprising them with the car, but she wasn't. Doing so, Jen had to burn the car and pay off Charlie's girlfriend to delete the pictures. This is followed by Steve's twin brother, Ben, coming into town looking for Steve. He ends up developing a relationship with Jen. Speaking of relationships, Judy starts dating this girl by the name of Michelle, but both relationships had to come to an end, because Michelle is currently roommates with Detective Perez, who's currently looking for Steve. And well, Jen kills Steve, so yeah. Charlie, who took some of Steve's belongings from the car, finds out that Steve is connected to the Greek mafia and a police chief by the name of Hastings. They then turn in that information to the police, which sends the police chief to prison. Jen, who then feels very guilty about killing Steve, writes goodbye letters to her family and goes to see Detective Perez to confess. But luckily for her, Perez agreed to never speak about it because they got the police chief instead. Sadly though, there was a hiker in the forest that saw both Perez and Jen, and the hiker's dog probably discovered Steve's body. Charlie reads the letter that his mother wrote for Judy and finds out that his mother murdered Steve. Judy then finds the dirty money that Steve hid in her paintings, and the two use it to buy a car for Charlie. But on the way home, they get T-boned by Ben, who doesn't even know who he just hit because he's drunk. To make matters worse, the season ends with Ben driving away. Yeah, I hope I answered all of your questions, but if I didn't, be sure to leave a comment. And if you like that video or want to see more like it, leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Also, YouTube thinks you'll like this video. I don't know, let me know how it goes. That's it.